What's up, everyone? Welcome back for one more Flashback Frostblade's Elementalist. I know in my last video I said I'd do two more, but to be honest with you, I'm getting really sick of the Frostblade skill. I've been using it for quite a while now. I want to move on. I stumbled onto something else that I'm like really excited about because it's a totally unorthodox, off the beaten path skill. Nobody hardly ever uses it. I still see people asking for, saying that they still don't see a good guide online for how to make one. I don't know. I've looked a little bit. I don't really find much. I mean, there's a couple of good ones, but we'll see. I don't know. So anyways, a quick update about the race. Unfortunately, I really did not get to commit as much time to actually racing for that Ascendancy top spots, one of the Ascendancy top spots, like I wanted to. Life got in the way, but hey, you know, that's just how it goes, so whatever. So that sucks, but I'm not gonna quit playing. I figure I'll keep going and at least get up to the certain levels to get entered in for the random drawings for the MTXs, and then once I get one character there, which this one is now there, I'll probably just roll another one. And since I, like I said, stumbled onto one, I think it's time to re-roll another one. Gonna be built almost exactly the same way as this one, but it's gonna utilize the Ascendancy nodes a little bit more and the effects from the Golem and yada yada, but more on that one later. Alright, so as you saw, we got through Kitava and Merciless Lab just fine. Once I entered in-game, I thought it was time to pay a little homage to the league I didn't really like very much, but I still supported because I'm a good little Exile, and change up our look a little bit. Look like a badass little vulture or something. I love the blue and green. Ooh, look at all the blue and green. And that right there is why we're still running our Herald of Ash with the green MTX. Alright, so as you can see, I got Fire and Cold maxed out. Lightning we're still working on. It's alright though, because we got plus to elemental resistances on our flask setup here. Running 2 health flasks because I am a real flask whore and just use my charges up way too much. This one, instant recovery, removes bleed removal. And then Silver Flask for Onslaught, and then reduced charges used is always nice, so you can use it twice, plus extra evasion, hell yeah. Increased damage off the Sulfur Flask. However, I did not realize that this one also had a bleed removal on it, so I have 2 of them. Didn't really need that. You know what, freezing was plaguing me the most. I probably could have put a freeze removal on here and been damn good to go, but oh well, I didn't know. And then I love Basalt Flasks. Since we're running Evasion, the extra physical damage reduction always helps. And I love the 20% reflected back to attackers. That's so fun. As for the gear we're running, I really wanted to try to stay away from trading as much as I could this league. However, I did buy my 2 claws, and then that's it. But that's just because these claws are like so universal and pretty much work with all of my builds because they have high physical damage, high attack speed and crit chance, and plus to accuracy. And the accuracy really helps on this character. So we're running 2 of those. I bought whatever. Everything else, you know, you're just looking for. I was trying to get my resistances up and plus to life because we're still in our tabula, so we really need a lot of extra stuff from our other stuff, but I'm just not finding anything, as you can tell. I mean, plus to elemental damage, that's good, but looking for life rolls. Most of this gear is from many levels ago, so except for this belt. Holy crap, look at that. What is that? Is that like 3 away from perfect on both of those life rolls? What would be perfect? 40 and 100? I don't know, but that thing's crazy. I can't even get a Stygian Vice to get better than this for life. Plus there's a resistance on it, so hell yeah. I mean look, these don't even have movement speed, but I needed the resistance and the life. Definitely the life for right now. You'll see on the tree in a minute. Even though she's got, I'm pretty sure Path of Building puts it at 200% life from tree or whatever. She's still pretty darn low. She's apparently you know, but I seem to be into these glass cannons lately, so. Speaking of which, we'll take a look at that. Here's our crazy ass skill tree. Elementalist. Ooh, pretty. Okay. So I actually did not take these at first. I came straight up this way and went this to the right to get the increased mana regeneration, which really helps you out at the beginning, especially if you already have a tabula. I did not, but still, you know, it really helps you just sustain your mana so you can use other flasks. Okay, over here to life. And then this journey, this kind of sucks because as you're leveling up, you're putting that into there and it's like into nothing. But it's alright, because then you hit here and you get a big elemental damage boost. So if you're using an elemental attack, and I was using frost blades from like the get-go pretty much, that one really helps. Straight down to life, and then attack speed. Come up here, get some crit chance, crit multiplier, some more attack damage, and then your some mana regeneration, evasion, and like life. More life right here. Claw nodes for all your physical damage, your life and mana leech right there. Lots of attack speed from those ones up around the top. See, there's an extra frenzy charge there. Come down this way, the claw physical damage nodes and plus the crit multiplier, plus the strength, evasion and life, plus global physical damage. Doesn't hurt, I guess. Let's see. Penetration with elemental resistances and increased elemental damage. That whole cluster, that's a nice little damage boost there. I'm pretty sure I did all that first, actually, and then I just started working my way down this way. I came down here and I hit this life cluster here. And then I think I grabbed the 2 frenzy charges. This one and that one. Yeah, life first and all the physical damage. Grabbed the 2 frenzy and we were doing pretty good at that point, just rolling through everything. And down this way, because eventually I am going to pick up, or the plan was to pick up all of these, more increased elemental damage and penetration to the elemental enemies' elemental resistances. Ugh. Down here, point blank, because it just makes projectiles so much more powerful when you're standing right there in their face, and I am. Up this way, I know it looks weird, but trust me, I calculated it in Path of Building so many times, and whether you come up this way and down this way, which is a good path, and I think I'm going to do it on my very next character, so you can also take these cold nodes here, or whether you come down this way to get all this stuff, you use the same amount of points if you're still going for the same key nodes, like point blank, this cluster, and like the life. So to get all of it, no matter which way you go, it was the same amount of points. So I did it like that. We come down here. This right here should give you your 6th frenzy charge, more life, and of course our jewels. Of course, I just worked those in. I was only running this one for a while. I worked the second one in when I could, which was actually just recently. We're running 2 fight for survivals, of course. This one isn't perfect like the other one, but oh well, you know. Both of those together penetrates 30% cold resistance. We already get, I'm pretty sure it's 25 cold resistance penetration. There's a 25 right there. That's from our ascendancy. 25. Okay. Eventually we will have another 5% there, and then another 6% from here. So, not bad. I mean, not 100%, which would be like totally awesome, but I guess I could run a curse and try to get it up there, but I don't really want to do that right now. So, 2 jewels there, that's nice. Up through here you get your physical weapon damage while dual wielding, and a little bit of block chance from that. I guess that doesn't hurt. Attack speed, I love attack speed, plus 20% increased accuracy, that really helps. Ignore all movement penalties from armor if you have any on, so, you know, just move a little quicker, whatever. Life, and then in a desperate attempt to get more life, we just come up this way, and so we could hit all this life up here, plus the berserking node. This one plus these two here give you a total of 18% increased attack speed, so that's huge. And plus there's always this one jewel socket here that you could pick up, and you know, really the way I did it gives you 3 sockets. If you come if you found a way, I don't know, you come down this way, here's another one right here. If you extended, if you just came down right here, this one's only 2 points away. There's another jewel node. There's one right here, that's 3 points away, but you know, so that's a little, I don't know. Just like this one, here's another one. So I mean, if you really wanted to invest the points, you could really just make this build all around abyssal jewels or something, but this is the way I did it for now. The ascendancy part, because I was originally planning to do Molten Strike and Frost Blades, is why I kind of set it up this way, but then I wanted to get Molten Strike out because we're tired of it. Excuse me. So if you saw my other videos, you know I came here first because that makes your golems immune to elemental damage, and they just live so much longer, so nice. So the buffs they grant you just stay on you longer. Plus there's a 25% increased effective buff granted by your golems. I wanted that effect, plus summon 1 golem at a time, so you could have, well, on this character I was doing, oh no, I still am, doing fire and cold, so it's increased damage and increased crit chance, which reminds me, for the bandits, I helped Alira, so I got the crit multiplier, mana regeneration, and resistances from that. Let's see, Cruel Labyrinth, we did, or the next lab, second lab, whatever. I'm tired, I apologize. We did this one, again, was supposed to be Molten Strike and Frost Blades, but we're sick of it. So this one would have been sick, would have been badass with Molten Strike. That increased area of effect would have made Molten Strike just clear everything, like just blow up the whole screen. Would have been fun, that's all, just fun. But we don't use it anymore, so now it's kind of useless for us. But that 75% increased elemental damage, that's pretty nice. So when it kicks on, it does quite a lot, actually. And then this one, that's where our 25% cold and fire resistances come from, because we are using Herald of Ice and Herald of Ash. So while our character is affected by that, it will penetrate 25% fire and cold resistances. I'm still, you know, we're not using fire anymore, but I am still running Herald of Ash, so I guess there is fire damage in there. And I left that on there because 1, I have the MTX, which makes it green, and it looks really nice. And 2, because when you put Herald of Ash on like any skill like this, like Frost Blades or whatever, man, it makes the AoE so nice. It really turns it in, it gives it a real nice AoE effect. And so just in case you were wondering, you're like, hey man, you just skipped over it. I was saving it, don't worry. So I'm running Frost Blades right now. I have another one. And it's 20%, but it's only level 18 yet, so it doesn't do as much damage as this one, so I was still leveling it up, but whatever. Multi-Strike, of course, for the insane attack speed. Melee physical damage. Ice Bite support, because it adds cold damage, plus it adds cold damage per frenzy charge, and we're running 6 of them. And this is where you're gaining, most of the time, where you're gaining your frenzy charges from when you're clearing. However, I do have frenzy, this skill on here, so that when we get to bosses, if we don't have any more frenzy charges, you can just use it wherever it is on here. Oh my god, there it is, frenzy. Use that to build up your full your full 6 frenzy charges, and then just blow the boss away. Added cold damage and elemental damage with attacks. Pretty simple, straightforward actually. And then of course, cast when damage taken, immortal call, increased duration, and I was running the other war cry, I can't remember what it's called, but it grants increased damage and mana regeneration like at the beginning, but I had to switch it up when we got into labs, so now this one adds endurance charges and life regeneration. And you're probably asking, well, why do you have that in there? Or the people who know the game are like, why is that in there? Cast when damage taken will not cast this because it's a war cry. I know, it's only in here because it's benefiting from the increased duration right there, so it makes the effects from the war cry last longer. Alright, then we're running Herald of Ash. Oh geez, I don't even have everything set up. Still working out how to get where to put everything, but Ancestral War Chi, faster attacks, added cold damage because I don't have the right color of sockets that I wanted to. I'm just making do with where I could put everything. Summon Ice Golem for the increased crit chance, Summon Flame Golem for increased damage, and minion life support so that when they do get hit by physical damage, they'll, stay alive longer. Movement speed, Whirling Blades, faster attacks, and Fortify. And that's all linked up also with Frenzy, so Frenzy also benefits with faster attacks and Fortify. So when you have to use it, you can use it fast. Right now I'm running Herald of Ice and Purity of Elements because, well, we're still in Tabula and our gear just really stinks, so we really need resistances, and as you saw, the lightning is still a little bit low. Alright, so at least those of you who have played the game are probably thinking, yeah dude, we all know Frostblades is like good for clear speed and everything, but what is it, how does it feel at the bosses? Well, I just happen to have a little map here, and I'm gonna show you. A little tier 5 map. Oh, I almost forgot. I have not done Uber Lab yet, and I was thinking, with a character like this, because it's all evasion and life, you're gonna get hit, but, and that's why I did my videos the way I did, intentionally taking big hits from Izaro, for example, to see what it could handle and what the life leech could do. After, contemplating my decisions with where I could go from here, get another gold, no. I think after Uber Lab, for this build, I was gonna do this one, just to get the elemental damage life leech. And plus, every time I get hit by elemental, I get 40% increased damage of that element. So if it's cold, then it seems to be I get hit by the most, then I'll get that'll be good. Plus, the ultimate cannot take reflected elemental damage, so you'll never have to worry about that on anything. That would be so nice. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna leave you with some gameplay footage of that tier 5 map and the boss kill. I do apologize for the length of this video being a lot longer than I wanted it to be, so if you were able to make it this far, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.